everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, I guess.
I'm Katie. This is Steve. We're with King of the Deep. We
Not
are
prepared at all.
we just wanted to hop on this week. I know it's spring break for a lot of people. It's Holy Week, and there's a lot of people doing traveling and whatnot. But we did want to come on and talk briefly about our event this past weekend at Iron Mountain Park in Dahlonega, Georgia. It was our 2024 season opening event. And so it was just a fantastic weekend. Everything went great. And we wanted to get on here and share it while it was all so fresh in our mind. We've got a special guest here joining us tonight. If you guys are watching, say hey, post a comment, say hello to us, and then share it if you can, like it if you can, and do all the things that help us with algorithms in the social media world. So real quickly, let me just say thank you to our sponsors before we start. As always, we are so proud to be powered by Super ATV, also Specialized ATV, MSA Off-Road Wheels, Aftermarket Assassins, Oro Fab, Dirty Stripper Chemicals, Carolina Custom ATV, Murray Power Sports, Peraza Synthetics, Gator Waders, Monster Rigging Off-Road, and VP Race Fuels. We couldn't have a better stacked team of support behind us. And so we are super grateful for all of you guys for everything that you do for us and allow us to continue doing what we do. So here we go. Oh, we've got a couple of people. Hey, Rachel. Hi, Bill Jacobs from Brunswick, Georgia. Bill, were you at the event this past weekend at Iron Mountain? I'm curious to know. I don't know how far that is from Dahlonega, Brunswick. I'm not familiar with the area, but hopefully you were and you came out and had a good time. Let's see. I want to say thank you to Iron Mountain Park for having us, specifically with Craig and Hunter. They were both fantastic to work with. And so we just appreciate them having us out to the park and doing everything they could to make us feel at home, and all of their hospitality. Also, a quick shout out to some of our team, our media guys that were there this weekend, David Martin with DM Photography and Rick Merckx. They were there. They were capturing all the footage. So a lot of the videos and the photos that you'll see coming out over the next week or two are a huge credit to those two. So we appreciate them. Also, our staff, as always, John, Jill, Rachel, Tyler, Ryan, Rob, and Jen. They were all here and they helped us out tremendously. So real quick, you want to talk about the Little Dirty Kids first before we bring on our guests?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we did the first stop of the Little Dirty Kids hole. And so we have set that up to have a couple different classes. We had the mini mutters first. So let me just say I don't need to show you guys this. Here's our little winners. We had Cutter, he won first place, and then Lakin got second, and then Kane, which it was his first bounty hole ever, got third. So that was really cute. This was the 8 and under category, and they had so much fun. So they're always adorable. That's my favorite. So shout out to the kids with Little Dirty Kids. Then we had a single cylinder class. And these two guys they were on the same bike, right? It was a Honda.
Yeah.
And it was tough.
Yeah. Single cylinder Honda, and the hole was tough. They were just trying to learn how to put it in gear, first gear, second gear. And it was interesting to see these guys get out there and race for the first time. And it was on a Honda. So no matter what it is, it's still a lot of fun. And as you can see, these guys still took some money and prizes home.
Yeah. So we had Killian got first place. I think it was Killian Mosley, and then Hayden Brown got second. And then on the V-twin class, we had, I think his name is Walker Crichton, got first, and then Peyton Davis got second. And shout out to Doug with Dirt Road Syndicate. He gave all of the kids those Sackett bags that won first place. So big thank you to Doug. We had some great vendors out there this weekend. We had Doug from Dirt Road Syndicate, Jeremy and Lori from Oro Fab, and Jeremy made his return, his comeback to the bounty hole racing during the medium tire class. That was pretty neat to see. And then we had Rob and Jen, and of course, they go to as many as they can with us, and so we appreciate them for that. Do we want to bring our guest on here, right? Is our guest ready? Okay, I'm going to let you introduce them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce a longtime friend of mine and a great racer, one of the racers who really gets out there and travels and has put his skill to the test in a lot of different bounty holes throughout the nation over the last couple of years, and has really proven to be a great racer, but an even better guy. So let's bring him on. Dane Noeth, everybody. We appreciate Dane. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing fine. How about yourself?
We're doing great, man. Good to see you. And representing Dig Rig, I see as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, thanks for coming on with us tonight. You were our medium tire and unlimited tire winner this weekend. Both classes taking home the crown, the big check, and the big trophy. So how does that feel?
Felt great. Felt really good.
I'm glad. We like to see you up there on the podium. We've seen you up there quite a few times. Have you counted up how many podiums you've had over the last, let's say, 12 months? I know you've been out there racing hard, and we've seen you on a lot of podiums.
Yeah, well, I try not to count. I feel like that's gonna give me bad luck. But we've been lucky. We've been very fortunate.
Well, you guys have a great team with a lot of support. I know Cameron Medlin over there at Dig Rig Power Sports sells some of the best parts in the business and keeps you guys in top quality for racing. So anybody that you can think of out there that you would say is another racer that would be on that same level. I know we don't like calling people out, but always like to see who you guys consider a great racer out there, or who the racers consider someone else that they like to either race against or they like to look up to.
I'll be honest with you, just about everybody there had me nervous this weekend. There's a lot of good racers out there. The broken ball joint dude impressed me.
Yes.
Todd Accardi, really, he was impressive. Not only so this weekend, Todd, one of our racers, right as he was about to pull to the line, broke a ball joint, and he was able to come back for his second run, and I think he got third in the medium tire class when that happened. And then he came back and won in the unlimited tire class third also.
Second or something. Yeah.
That's a true testament to him. And I definitely was impressed because we were all saying he's never going to make it past the first hole. And he made 3 passes on it.
That was the guy with the ratchet strap, right?
Yeah, he put a ratchet strap holding his ball joint in.
Yeah. John said on the headset, he said, I will be shocked if this guy makes it through all 3 of these dips on that ratchet strap. And I mean, he made it. And then he played. It was pretty impressive.
That was impressive. And we were all surprised. But, I just like to ask, because everybody throughout the nation, when they talk about coming to these races, they always talk about who's the one to watch or who's the one that expects to win. And you never can tell, really. It's always kind of a toss-up. So we appreciate any time you guys show up, because, honestly, we always expect you guys to put on a good show, and you always do.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you feel like there's so many variables that go into it? Like, part of it's got to be, the hole itself. And then part of it, you don't ever know what's going to happen. Like, how many people there probably saw Dane and they were like, oh. And then when your bike messed up the first run, and they were probably like, yes.
Yeah. Without my team, I wouldn't have been back out there for sure.
Yeah, you guys worked quick, so because we were getting those runs through pretty quickly.
Yeah, so we had 121 runs this weekend, and I think we were finished. We started in the adults at about 12 o'clock, and we were finished by about 4. I think that was with the breaks, that was with the foot races and everything else. So we really had a good setup out there this weekend, and I think that showed because our fans. All the fans out there this weekend, I mean, it was a constant flow in, and they always stayed. We never really lost the crowd. I know a lot of these events you go to, a lot of times you look around and there's nobody there at the end of the event, or there's nobody there at some of these other events. But we managed to always do a good job of keeping the crowd, and that's because I think our racers always put in a lot of effort, especially the second runs. I mean, those are really exciting. People don't know. These racers get 2 runs, and the first one, a lot of times they're just kind of figuring the hole out, and the second one, it's balls to the walls.
Dane, I have a couple of questions for you. What did you think about the holes themselves this weekend?
I actually really liked them. It's one of the best setups. I mean, the finals last year that y'all had was my favorite. I think it was close to my favorite hole, but the way you had it set up this time, it got everybody through really quickly, and it gave everybody a really fair chance. So you had the high horsepower bikes, and if they could get on top, they could get on top, more power to them. But it was a little bit of both, because some people were skimming half the holes and some people bogged half the holes. So I think it was a little bit. It was good for everybody. It's fair for everybody.
I feel like it was a good mix of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And it was fun.
That's great.
I was gonna say I feel like it was a good mix of being challenging, but also being exciting for the crowd to watch. Because I think that's a tough thing to always nail down. So Steve drew out a blueprint of what his vision was, just like last year at the finals. And they were able to bring it to life, but despite all the rain and everything the day and the night before. But I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, the holes,
rollovers or anything either. I mean, it was everything went pretty smoothly.
Yeah,
we were very happy, and I think the racers and especially the fans really were happy with the way things moved along. Like I said, we had such a great turnout. We had such a great response from the crowd, and even now, the response that we're getting from people on social media has just been phenomenal. So we're very, very happy and thankful. You guys put on a great show. All the racers really, the camaraderie in the pits during the event and everything was just phenomenal. So what a great way for us to kick off 2024. We really appreciate everybody being such a good sports, such good fans and such good supporters. It was really great to start off the year in such a good way.
Absolutely. Also, Dane, how many times out of all the times that you race, which I know you race a lot, so out of all the times that you race, what percentage of those times would you say, if given the opportunity, you buy that second run?
To take the buy on the second run, or
like when you're registering and you're like, should I buy the second run or not?
Yeah, we had some people
run every time.
Always, yeah.
That's what I told the guys this weekend. I said, you guys only buying one run. You're stopping playing at halftime right now. You guys not even going to play the second half of this game.
Yeah.
But we really feel like that's a huge advantage to our series as opposed to some other ones. And we get second runs, and we're going to come up with some more cool ways to hopefully give the racers more bang for their buck when they come and race with us. So we're working on some things on that end too.
Oh yeah. We always do the second run. I mean, it's like if you break on the first one, you're down that second run money. But, there's always ways to improve. There's always ways to look and see a better way through the hole from the people in front of you. I drew first that on the Unlimited. That made me nervous because I didn't get a chance to look at the hole. So when you draw first, you always got that second run and kind of watch everybody and pick the right line. So it's always good to get the second run. Me and Cameron, that's our goal. But towards the end, if we are ahead, fortunately, like last time, we didn't have to make the second run, that was fine too.
Yeah. You don't ever know, and you can always people can be strategic and and how they forfeit and stuff too. So it's just always interesting to me when people come up and they're like, I'm gonna take one run, and or if they race multiple classes, sometimes they'll get two runs in one hole and one in the other, and I'm like, what? It's just interesting to me the reasoning behind stuff. So. And then I guess so. The next series event for us is going to be at the Graveyard in about a month. And you guys, as the current leading points winner for medium and unlimited, I'm hoping you'll be there for that.
We will, without a doubt. I think we're already trying to line up places to stay and how early we're going to go and all that other good stuff. So I know for a fact we're going.
Awesome.
Well, hey, it's always good to make a trip to Florida, especially when you can go with all your buddies and ride. So we're looking forward to the Graveyard event. And as y'all hear, Dig Rig's coming. So we're going to definitely have a good show. I know there's a lot of people that have already bought tickets. I know there's a lot of racers and everybody that are making plans. So that should be a really good event down there, April 25th through the 28th.
That's correct. Yeah. Now tell them about, because they weren't here last year for that event. So what do you want to share with them about what they can expect there at that?
Well, I think anybody that has seen the Graveyard Mud Bog down in Jasper, Florida, has an obstacle course that they have ran several times, and they allow King of the Deep to come in and King of the Deep the hole. So we've got some work to do, but we're going to come down to Jasper, Florida at the Graveyard, and we're going to do our King of the Deep version of the obstacle course. We did it last year, and we were really happy with the results. There was a couple of the holes that we want to do different, and the medium tire and unlimited tire, I promise you, is going to be hard for anybody, but I definitely guarantee you that there's going to be an unlimited tire sitting on the podium when that's done.
Yeah, I'm so Dane, because you weren't there last year, I'll say you can definitely expect some high hills. Like it's so interesting because it's like bounty hole and obstacle and almost like a short course sort of. It's I mean, how long was it? I think we measured it out last year and it was around 2,000 and some feet from start to finish. And so you kind of start and then it makes like a big loop, almost like a P, if you can imagine. So you're starting, you're circling around and you're coming back and you're ending on the same leg that you started on, going backwards or reverse, basically. So you're running a portion of the course both forward and then coming back and running it from the opposite direction. And there's going to be, like, you can expect there to be tires you're going over. And so, yeah, it's going to be, it's a neat way to shake it up and level the playing field for everybody. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see you guys run it because I know you.
Well, Steven rode with me before, so he knows I like obstacle courses.
Yeah, I rode with him, and that was enough that one time.
Hey, we got the orthopedic statement to prove it.
No, but now, for everybody that doesn't know, Dane is one of the original OG guys that when we started coming out and we started Rags Deep a long time ago, he was a real big member in the, I want to say it was Too Deep Mafia. Is what I'm bringing it out, dog. We're history. We're bringing out a history. So, but they lived up to that name, and Dane definitely was the one who set that bar high. And we kind of saw where to ride, how to ride, and a lot of things from Dane. So when we would show up and Dane would show up, we knew it was going to be a good time, and it's still like that to this day. I guess it's probably 7 or 8 years later. We've still up to the same old deep and dirty things that we do on the weekend to have a good time, but it's as clean of fun as you're going to have. So it's been a good ride, and we're glad to see you still on the ride with us, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So real quick, I wanted to put these up here so you guys saw, like, look, so this is the medium class. You can see Dane had it with 25 seconds, and then second, third, fourth, they were right there within like 0.2 of a second of each other, but they were still like 2 seconds behind Dane, which I just thought was like, wow. And then the same for like unlimited, they were pretty close, but he was still like a few seconds ahead. So yeah, I mean, you're so entertaining to watch race. We always love it. You always put on a show, and we love to have you come out and race things with us. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Our motto is just not to get last and have some fun. Driving on the trail, don't get last. That's what me and Cameron tell each other every time.
Did you guys get to do much riding at the park or not really because it was so rainy?
Unfortunately, no. If it was drier, we were going to do the drag races and everything else like that. But the rain just kind of ruined that. And saying our trail bikes were pretty much set up for the drag races, and we didn't really want to get them too muddy. But I really, really, really like the park. So we've talked about it. Somewhere we're definitely going to go back and actually want to get some good riding in with the trail bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place. We actually had a chance to ride some and had a guided tour. And they've got some of the best views of any park we've been to right there in Georgia. Couldn't believe how nice it was in the mountains of Georgia. So I encourage anybody out there to check out Iron Mountain. It was definitely worth the stop. And we had a great time. So thanks to Craig and Hunter and all of the staff at Iron Mountain for making it a great week down there with those guys.
Definitely. So what's up next for you guys at Dig Rig, Dane?
We are headed to Mud Nationals next week. We're leaving Wednesday, kind of enjoy it a little bit for the races.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
That's a long ride, I know.
It is. It is a long ride.
We made that ride last year, and I think it took us like 17 or 18 hours. And so it was definitely a long ride, but well worth it. We had a great time, and I'm sure everybody down there will have a great time. At Sabine, big shout out to Brent Ritchie and those guys, the owners down there at Sabine. So
it was a long day of racing too, wasn't it? Because you announced Friday and Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was an extremely long day of racing down there. Friday I did the announcing on the drag strip, and then Saturday I think you were there. How many hours were we out there last year at Bounty Racing? I think it was a good 14 hours. It felt like.
I mean, I felt like it was sun up to sundown because I remember the trophy ceremony was well into the night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was already on the way home by the time they were giving out trophies because I was so tired. I know y'all were tired.
Yeah, there was quite a few people there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess that's, if there's anything else you want to talk about or plug on your end, then, as you said, Steve, Dig Rig is one of the best places to get your stuff from. We've got stuff on our machine from Dig Rig.
Sure do. That's where I got my snorkels and everything. Cameron had them to me almost the next day, I would say. So great guy to deal with. And I know you guys really love the sport so much. So that's a big thing, in my opinion, is you find the people, support the people who love the sport.
Joe said food vending in the back next time at Iron Mountain. They do. And you know what? I wish they would be able to have something where they could have like a mobile cart of the restaurant or something down there. Because they do have a restaurant. And the food there was actually really good. There was quite a crowd. So they did sell out of some things like the steaks that we all wanted, Dane.
Yeah.
That Saturday night. They were like, we're out.
I think Iron Mountain had a really great weekend. Like we said, they even despite the rain on Friday, cabins were booked up, campsites were full. They sold out of food at the restaurant, and I know they had to bring in people that were just hanging out in there that were locals to come in and staff it. So we were really happy to see us go so far away from home and our first event be such a great turnout. So that was awesome, and a big testament to the racers and the show that you guys put on to keep the fans out there.
Oh yeah, I'd go back just for the bar. That was a nice place.
It was, and we had a good time in there doing the boogie bingo and everything on Friday night. So
it was perfect activity for when it was pouring down rain.
Yeah, it was. People came in, they saw that we were hanging out, and they came right on in. But we're ready to come back to Iron Mountain and do it again, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing everybody at the graveyard. So thanks again, Dane. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. And best of luck down there in Texas.
I know what I was going to ask him. I was going to ask him what he thought about this run.
Got to get some feedback.
Let's play that real quick and talk about that.
Let's go on the green floor.
What a crazy run by Kyle. So for people that don't know, Kyle came up and he said, hey, my rear diff is broke, and I'd like to see if I can run in reverse. I have a better chance in reverse than I would going forward. And we said, hey, you basically you're running how you want. And what do you think, Dane? Can we see anybody like Dane running in reverse with the next series event? You think you're going to run some in reverse?
I don't know if I could have that much control in reverse, to be honest with you. That's pretty impressive.
That really was. I was very impressed.
Yeah, 32
that he
seconds.
made it as fast as he did. And he pulled back in for a second.
Look at him laughing.
And now it just completely bombed on front diff, rear diff. So here he is getting pulled out of the hole. But man, that was a good time for Kyle. We appreciate him coming. But what a heck of a run right there in reverse, man. We just wanted to put that up there so everybody would see it, see what you thought about it.
That is wild. It is. When he started doing it, I was like, what is this guy doing? But
yeah,
he actually made it all the way, which is crazy.
And that video has gotten crazy views. So, hey, it worked out for him on that end, too.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, they said that he was so excited, like, just, he was like, he asked, I guess one of the pit officials, can I do it? And they asked us, and I heard it, I think Steve was announcing, and I said, well, let me check with Steve. And I said to Steve, there's no rule against it, and we were like, let it go,
yeah.
And then they said when they told him he could do it, he was so excited. So, and I think his actual run time on his first run was like 17 seconds, and this one was 32. So it was a reveling when it came down to the actual, the final results. But I was still pretty impressed that he was able to control it and get such a good time.
Yeah, he took the backwards tire things to a new extreme.
That's right.
He did, all four of them, and that was a great run. So we appreciate him getting in there and doing that. He could have called it quits, but he wanted to put on the show. And sometimes, hey, that's what you do. You just get in there and you make the most memorable show you can, and that's definitely what he did right there. It was definitely something we won't forget. And I won't be surprised if I don't see some people doing it again.
So on the website, just so that you know, Dane, and anybody else that's watching, the results are all loaded on the tab that says the Bounty Series. And so my goal is that as long as we have internet at the park, even before the awards are given out, this will be uploaded. That way, you guys don't have to wait a couple of days. I mean, obviously you knew you won because you got, you were number one, but just for any of the racers watching, That's our goal this year, is to get you guys fast and accurate information sooner as far as the placements and the points. So that's something we worked hard on this week, getting that all set for you guys. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for Dane this tonight.
Well, thanks again, buddy. We appreciate you coming on, and we always appreciate you coming to support the events, and we love seeing you. So once again, y'all be safe, and good luck down there at Mudnats next weekend.
We will. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Buddy. Take care.
Thanks, Dane.
Yeah, a reverse only cash prop. Oh man, hey Joe, I'm surprised that I didn't see Joe Touche racing this weekend. He showed up. I was a little worried. I was like, well, I didn't know if the Sasquatch showed up and it was Joe, or Joe showed up and it was Sasquatch.
But did you see Sasquatch and Joe at the same time?
Never.
So
that tells me a lot right there, Joe Touche.
Listen, I'm down for a reverse only race, but I don't think you want it to be the next race at the graveyard.
How about we do a reverse pot where you guys pay in and the promoter keeps the pot? That would be great.
Here, let's put this on. Let's put on our little preview for the graveyard. Let's roll that video real quick, and then we'll talk about that briefly. Shout out to David Martin for that video. He does all of our really cool promotional videos. So thank you, Dave. So yeah, basically to wrap that up real quick for you, we'll be on with some more lives before that event comes up with more information about Battle of the Barrels, about Little Dirty Kids, about the Bounty Challenge course in the coming weeks, because we've got a month out from that event. So we'll give you all those details as we get a little bit closer. But I did just want to roll that promo and let you guys know that we will be in Jasper, Florida, April 25th through 28th for stop number 2 of the King of the Deep Bounty series.
Follow the event page for more details.
And this week, we're in the middle of right before Easter. So I wanted to just tell you guys about a couple of events here close to us. Busco Beach and ATV Park. They're having their Easter weekend this weekend. Friday night, they're doing a free cookout. On Sunday, they're doing a kids Easter egg hunt and then the adult Easter egg hunt after that. So if you're here local to us in North Carolina, check out Busco. Also, another option is Deep Creek ATV Park. They're having their Easter egg hunt on Saturday at 1. So, if you want to get a lot of Easter egg candy, you can go to Deep Creek on Saturday and then Busco on Sunday, or however you want to do it. I know that they're giving away a bunch of candy. They've got a kids egg hunt and an adult hunt. They're giving away money and stuff too. And if you're watching from Georgia, check out Iron Mountain on Sunday. They've got several Easter egg hunts. They start at 2:00 down there. So thank you to all of our parks locally and those far away that work with us. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys are supporting the park, supporting the vendors, supporting your local businesses, because we all play a part in keeping everything going.
That's right.
All right.
Doing a great job.
Anything else you want to add? Let me put these up real quick because I didn't show the guys. These were our small tire winners.
Yeah, Gavin Spain. We've got Brian Baxley, and I think that's Grayson Drake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Small open.
Gavin Spain again, first place. Second, that's Billy King. And third, Mr. Ethan Barnes.
Yep. And then, as we said earlier, we've got Dane here for medium first place. Second was Todd Accardi. And third was Ethan. Why does that crown? We did new crowns. Dane looks a little like Guy Fieri. And then unlimited, we've got Dane again, Brian, and
Todd.
yep. So
Some good times, good runs, good racers. Everybody left happy. Everybody got along great. The racing was phenomenal. We appreciate so much all the fans hanging out with us the entire time from start to finish, from little dirty kids all the way till the trophy presentation. So we couldn't do it without our sponsors. Please support those that support us. Our list of sponsors are on our website and our posts. Once again, the Graveyard is our next event, and we're looking forward to that April 28th weekend. And if you have not already checked out all of our social media, we've got lots of social media. And thank you to all of our social media team, Dave Martin, Rick Merckx, and everybody that follows and likes and shares. We couldn't do it without y'all, so thank you.
Rob said what I missed. All of it.
Pretty much everything, buddy. You're a little bit late, but that's okay.
All right.
We got you next time.
Until next time, you guys have a great night, a great week. Happy Easter. Take care and be safe.
See ya.